Hey, Leo, Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your love reading for October 2025. Today's session is all about love in all its forms, including self-love. Whether you are single or in a relationship, we know that the love we cultivate within ourselves sets the tone for every connection in our lives. So today, Leo, I invite you to fall in love with yourself. I want to guide you in exploring both your inner world by addressing any challenges and blockages so that love can flow freely into your outer world and into every relationship you touch. So let's dive in and take a look at what it is that you are currently cultivating. Beautiful energy here at the bottom of the deck. You have the sun. This is your major arcana. You are making room for happiness. You are creating this inner confidence that's flowing out into the world here, Leo. You are a very warm individual. You want more playfulness and more vitality to show up in your life, within your relationships, within your family dynamics. Some of you may even have children, or perhaps you are grandparents here, but you want a full bright life where you're feeling the warmth. You don't want there to be drama, right? You don't want there to be ego battles. And I feel like you are creating happiness within and you're making space by not letting grudges, not letting drama fill up that space. So I love what you are cultivating here. So let's dive in and take a look at the messages that your spiritual helpers have for you. You have here receive, be open to receiving all the things that you desire, want, and need. You are worthy of receiving because receiving is fun. Magic happens when you let go of needing to control. And that's what the sun is representing here is release, where you feel like you are able to embody warmth. You're able to embody all of the abundance around you. You're able to recognize that self-love piece, but you're also able to see it flowing out into your outer world. So magic is happening here. I love this for you. You have breathe. Breathe deeper, slow down, and become present with your surroundings. Relax into the present moment. You are right where you are meant to be. This is a secret, or I should say a key, when it comes to activating the sun in your life. We must be present here. And I feel like you are being guided to slow down because life goes by so quickly and you may feel like things have been very busy lately. You have a lot of responsibilities, but this is about you prioritizing and making space, making time for the people that you love, the people you care about. And if you are wanting new energies to show up, it is important to be present with yourself and ask, what do I need in this moment? Be open to receiving. Now, I am seeing some of you out in your garden. Perhaps you have a garden here, or you may love to be in your backyard. I am seeing bird feeders. I am seeing here tall grass, just like the grass you see here. But there's a field around you, and I'm seeing deer as well. So maybe some of you are getting outside a bit more. Perhaps you're connecting to nature, and maybe you are, you're near the fields, whatever that may mean for you. And next we have step into the unknown. It's time to trust in the unknown. Have courage and be brave in this next shift. Trust that you know what is the next best step to take and that you take it. Because every step that you are taking here, Leo, is leading you one step closer towards the sun. And sometimes we are uncertain. Sometimes we're unsure. What is that next step? And it's important for you to breathe, slow down, tap into your own intuitive knowing. That's why you have this still energy around you. And it's interesting because we also have the hummingbird. I'm just noticing the hummingbird here, which is a high vibration, high frequency energy. but I think I read somewhere that a hummingbird can visit up to 1,000 flowers a day. And perhaps you feel like you have, a lot going on, as I've mentioned. So October feels like a month where you get to slow down a little bit and focus on you, focus on your needs. And if you are wanting to open up to love, then this would be a favorable month to do so. If you are wanting to spend more time with those that you love and strengthen pre-existing connections, then this is the time to do so. So let's dive in here and take a look at your current energy. Where are you at in your relationships, including the relationship with self? You have the Ace of Wands here. This is beautiful. You are ready for a new beginning. You are a very passionate individual. You are full of creativity and inspiration and purpose. And some of you in the past may have struggled tapping into motivation, or perhaps you felt like there was a false start when it came to love. I see celebration here. Some of you are celebrating connecting with a new individual. This could be a first date. Okay, if you are wanting to go out with someone, or if you are wanting to reconnect a spark, it feels like this is the perfect time to do so, because this is the spark, this is the flame, this is the seed of conception here. So I definitely feel like you are more motivated to take matters into your own hands, but there's also here a vibrancy that is showing up with that sun. And you could even be connecting with a fire sign, or that spark within your belly has been lit up. And it just feels like there's a lot of passion in the air this month for you. And that makes sense because the majority of October will be in Libra season, and Libra is all about love and relationships and harmonizing, but it's also an energy here of balance. So you may be recreating or restoring balance and harmony within your own body by participating in events and activities that fuel you, that open you up to a new level of creativity. So you may be dating yourself and putting yourself out there to explore new things, and that could in turn help connect you with others. So what is the challenge here? What is the block? You have the Star. The Star is a big dream of yours. It is healing. It is wishes. It is inspiration. Now, the block, for some of you, this is a small percentage. I'm getting a star-crossed lover vibe here, where perhaps you feel like the love of your life has gotten away, or perhaps they are in a relationship, or you've gone through something that's been very difficult. And I see that you've been recuperating or recovering in some way. And it feels like you're wondering if you can ever have that feeling again, even if something went down that was challenging in the past. If you've been in a relationship for quite some time, you may be longing for when things were, bright, when things were fresh, when things were new. And for those of you who have gone through some sort of challenge or loss within a romantic partnership or within a family dynamic, you are hoping and wanting healing. So what is preventing love from flowing freely? It can't even be your dreams, right? You want a brighter future. I see that with the sun here, but you may be wondering, is that possible? Are my dreams really aligned? Because Mel, I've had a dream in the past and it was shattered. And I see here that the stars are aligning for you. You are exactly where you are meant to be. You are being asked to slow down, to step into the unknown, right? This is about you having courage and having bravery here, which you have. This is a shift that is coming in for you, because oftentimes the star, it comes after the tower. So some of you may have had a tower moment years and years ago, but there are still perhaps some subconscious energies or beliefs that you're telling yourself, is it in the stars for me? Right? Is it in my highest good to fall in love, to meet someone new, or to continue growing and expanding in this existing relationship. So this isn't just a pipe dream of yours, okay? I feel like you absolutely have the ability to recreate this spark within your own self first, Leo, and apply it into your outer world and connect and meet new people and build strong, solid connections that potentially could last a lifetime. Now, what inner truth about yourself do you need to see more clearly? This is the inner awareness, the King of Cups. Your inner truth is that you are someone who is very loving, very supportive. You are emotionally intelligent, Leo, and your patience here and your compassion will pay off. You may be someone who loves the water. Perhaps you love boating or going on cruises. This could be spending time in nature, spending time doing what you love. But this is about building emotional bonds. And you may even keep people at an arm's length until trust is formed. And I see here that you have the ability to call in someone who mirrors the same characteristics as yourself, because this is what you are putting out there. This is what your inner awareness is alerting you to, that you are, alerting you of, that you have every ability to live your dream life, right? To live and lead from the heart. And the King of Cups is here reminding you that this is possible. Now, you may be someone who is a caregiver. Perhaps you're in the caring profession. And maybe there's also a fear here of getting lost or getting wrapped up so much in a relationship that you lose a part of yourself, because you have a big, beautiful heart here. But I feel like you can create that sense of independence within yourself, and you can bring this to a relationship where there's a beautiful blend here of partnership, right? There's a beautiful blend of friendship where you don't have to lose yourself in the service of others or of another. Yeah, you have room for love. Your heart is bigger than you realize. And even if there has been pain in the past, I feel like you have the ability to love again. And I'm actually hearing the song by Cher. I'm not sure if this came up in another reading or not, but maybe it was for you. But the song, "Do you believe in life after love? Do you believe in life?" And I believe that song is about going through a situation that's been challenging in matters of the heart, and living and leading a life after some sort of heartache, and you have the ability to do so. There is life after love, right? And there's love that is showing up here for you. So what is the external influence? What energies around you or in your relationships may be shaping your own self-love journey? The pain. External conditions shape each and every one of us, because that's how we gauge our belief system, right? It's how we gauge our choices. It's how we gauge our actions based on what we've gone through. And if you are playing out a loop in your life of some sort of pain that you have endured in the past, this is the time where you get to resolve the pain here. You get to open up to trust and allow yourself to be vulnerable. What is that saying? It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. I see here that you may be carrying the scar of a situation that has occurred, but you have this ability and capability to open yourself up to love in bigger ways than you ever thought possible. All right, this is about you trusting. All right, you're moving on from this. That's what I'm seeing. Even though this is an external influence around you, it feels like you are ready to move on, because you have the Ace of Wands here. You have the Sun. You are looking for a brighter future. You are leaning towards here more healing with that Star card here, and you're opening your heart to new possibility, new opportunity. And you had to allow yourself, Leo, the time and the space to grieve something that had been difficult. But now I want you to take a look at the story that you tell yourself. Are you telling yourself that love is available in all forms? Are you seeing love? within yourself, within your family, within your friends, within your creative projects. When you walk outside and step out in nature, when you look up at the stars and the moon and the sky, are you witnessing love all around you within your life? Because there's love available here. Now, what are your hopes and fears? What do you desire most in love? And what fears hold you back? Six of Swords. Moving on to calmer waters. That's what you want, right? You want to move on from a bad situation with someone or something, and you want to have this new level of trust. Trust within yourself first, that you are making healthy choices. You want to be able to have hope for the future. And you want to be able to heal those parts of you that try to protect you. It's the self-protecting mechanisms that we use. And sometimes those mechanisms include putting up a wall, putting up a barrier, closing ourselves off because we're trying to find ourselves again. We're trying to come back home to ourselves. And that's what you have been doing, right? You are being guided to relax into the present moment. You are exactly where you are meant to be. And many of you are letting go of old patterns, old ways of doing things, old ways to responding to love, and even old techniques that you have used to try to open up to love. It feels like there's something brand new that's ushering in, and you're saying, okay, what's worked in the past, or I shouldn't even say what's worked in the past, but the systems used or the stories used back then are no longer conducive to where you're going. And it feels like you are traveling lighter these days. It feels like you are not as heavy as you once were. At least that's what you are leaving behind, is the heaviness, the burdens, because you got people to meet, you got places to see, you got love to give. And I feel like you are in a favorable position here. So don't let the past, don't let change scare you where it holds you hostage. Don't let the fears, because fear is a liar. Don't let fear hold you back. You are going places here. There are people to meet, as I've mentioned, and you are moving into calmer waters. And if you look right beyond the horizon, guess what's coming up in the distance? The sun. Now, let's take a look at your guidance. What action or shift will open your heart and nurture greater love? The King of Pentacles. This is about you continuing to master your craft. What is it that you enjoy? What is it that you are doing in your life that helps you drop into ease, brings peace into your world? Maybe this is a craft that you like to work on. Maybe some of you like sewing. Perhaps you enjoy dancing, salsa dancing. Maybe you enjoy yoga. Perhaps you are building things with your hands. But this is you creating stability within yourself, because you are someone who's very mature. You're someone who is very disciplined here. You've worked your way to the top here when it comes to your growth. And I feel like we always are growing. We're always evolving, right? But I feel like you are opening yourself up to something that feels more stable. And you're nurturing here the relationships that are stable in your life. And anything that is not stable, you are looking at and asking, is this fixable? Because you see that this gentleman is in his shop. You see that he has the tools all around him. And he has the ability to fix what's not working and take a look at things from an experimental viewpoint. Even though the king, he's very great at what he does because he's been doing it for quite some time, but he's also open to experimenting because that's what makes him the best. And I see here that you are opening up to, fixing what's not working here, and instead of staying in a situation that feels broken. All right. That's why you're moving on. Now, what is the outcome? How will this inner work shape the love that flows into your outer world? Because for one, it is bringing you confidence. Look at that. Queen of Wands is spicy. She has this fiery flaming red hair. She has this beautiful tattoo here on her thigh. Some of you may even have a love for cats. You may be highly independent here. There's the sunflower showing up on her leg. I mean, this is Leo, your energy as well. Some of you may even be getting in shape here. You can see that she's resting against here this exercise equipment, and she's feeling better about herself, body, mind, and soul. So some of you are feeling more active. Some of you are feeling more motivated, and your inner confidence is building. And maybe you have suffered with confidence here, feeling like you are aging or feeling like you are, evolving, and you don't look the same way that you did in the past, but I feel like you are still highly attractive, and you have the ability here to recognize that within yourself and lean into those attractive qualities. And some of you may be changing your appearance in some way. Maybe you're trying out some new skincare products, or perhaps you are getting a new piece of, ink or artwork done. I feel like some of you could also be maybe dyeing your hair, getting your hair done, or your nails, or for those of you gentlemen out there, perhaps you're trimming up your beard, or you are focusing on, smiling more. A smile is so important. And I feel like you are saying to yourself, I have what it takes, not just, internally, but I'm feeling good, body, mind, and soul. So confidence is building. This is a highly magnetic energy. The Queen of Wands is creative, and she's artsy, and she's attractive, and she is someone who has what it takes to feel more secure within herself, secure within relationships, instead of letting jealousy or cattiness or even competition get the best of her. She's not in this game of competition with others. If anything, she is competing against who she was yesterday to be a better version of herself. She is releasing those judgments here, and she's focusing on her own lane, right? She's staying in her own lane here, not deviating into other lanes, focusing on what other people are doing or other people expect of her. She is allowing other people to live their life because she's focusing on living her best life. And that is what is going to attract love here. And I see that you may even have a couple of love options on the table. We have two kings here, FYI, right? We have the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Now, however, the King of Cups is representing that part of yourself, your own inner awareness, which means you are open to love. You are available here. And that King of Pentacles is, someone who is trustworthy, someone who is stable, someone who's quite handy. This individual can be a jack of all trades. Maybe their name is Jack, but I feel like you could be meeting someone while they are, mastering their craft. Some of you could meet someone while you are at the gym, if you're looking for love, of course. Or this is about, strengthening bonds through, joining a hobby together, or focusing on your own inner confidence here. Maybe both of you have something that you enjoy independently, but coming together, you're able to share what it is that you love, and both of you are able to listen to each other, and you're able to blend these energies in some way. All right, let's get a message from the Wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have for you, Leo? Wisdom of the Oracle, please. I'm loving your reading. I feel like you have done a lot of that work. Look at, you have blessed. You've done a lot of the work here, and you're going to start to see miracles unfold. You've already been a witness to miracles. You know this. If you stop and pause and think about this for a moment, you have witnessed a lot of blessings in your own life. You have seen them unfold for yourself and for others. You have been impactful in the lives of those around you, whether you are aware of that or not, and impactful on a positive level, meaning you have been the sunshine in another's life. So you are opening up to blessings here, right? And it says receive. That's one of your first cards. You are worthy of receiving. Magic happens when you let go of needing to control. And you're going to see them showing up more so than you have in the past, dealing with some of this heaviness that you've dealt with. And sometimes it's through that heaviness where we find ourselves again, that we reconnect to our faith, that we reconnect and ask for spiritual guidance and assistance, and we connect more with searching for the truth, right? Searching for the truth. And that's something that you have been living and leading. All right, let's get an action step for you here. What can you do? We've talked about, the action here with this. Let's see, the Six of Swords, Six of Swords, kind of moving on to calmer waters. This is about you letting go of the Three of Swords. I mean, if you look here, she's actually moving on from that Three of Swords. She's in the future position here of what you are doing. So you're leaving behind some sort of heartache and you are moving forward into the unknown. And it says, take the leap. Don't wait a second longer to do the thing or to take the action. I have to chuckle here because as I read the word action, it turned into vacation. And I know the words aren't even, you actually have most of the words here in action are in vacation, but some of you are being guided to take the trip if you're able to. I mean, maybe this is a day trip. Maybe it's a trip to a state park. It doesn't have to cost money. Maybe it's a short road trip and you're paying for gas, right? This could be a bigger trip, but some of you are vacationing. Don't wait a second longer to do the thing or take action on your dream. You are ready now. There will never be a perfect time. Create your own time. Jump in and take the big, scary leap. Now, create the time now to do what has been calling you. Get out your calendar and schedule it in. Maybe this is about you allowing yourself, a certain evening a week to maybe go on a date, try a new restaurant or try a new activity that you haven't before. Scheduling this in is going to put it down on paper and it'll allow you to say, okay, I've penciled it in. I have the time here, or I am going to do that. I'm going to stick to it. There's accountability in scheduling it in. You were made for this. This is your mantra. I was made for this. I am ready now. And I feel like this has to do with your happiness. Now, what is this? Don't wait a second longer to embrace happiness in your life. Look at the big, beautiful butterfly here. This is transformation. Your life here is transforming, Leo, in bigger ways than you ever thought possible. All right. Let's get a message here from your crystal spirit and take a look at what your crystal is and the guidance for the month of October. So if you can safely do so, Leo, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra. Nice big inhale through the nose. Hold it for the count of 3, 2, 1, and release through the mouth with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now, this could be a crystal that you are familiar with and maybe even know the name of. Your crystal could show up as a specific shape, size, or color. Your gemstone could be giving off frequencies of unconditional love, healing, balance, or clarity. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop whatever crystal was showing up in your mind's eye Whether it's the shape, the size, the color, drop it in the comment section below. I will enter you into the free reading giveaway where I draw one winner around the first of the month and post right back here on the channel. All right, I know some of you are seeing emerald green in your mind's eye. So that is your crystal for the month. This is about giving and receiving love. Opening your heart to friendship, embracing unity. Love is meant to flow through you from within and without, cleansing your energy field so that you can feel your soul's worth and know that you are always loved. Love may not be coming to you right now in the form that you prefer, but don't overlook its presence. Express love towards yourself and others, and remember, loving your neighbor means starting at home with self-love. Now is the time to set aside the obstacles that block you from receiving, experiencing, and expressing love, and simply be the love you want to see in the world and in your life. Trust that when you open to love, loving partnerships are possible to help you heal the old wounds. That's the Three of Swords here. Now, emerald is a heart healing stone. The heart chakra is green. This is all about the heart. It carries the energy of universal love. Meditating with this stone opens the heart and soothes it, allowing release of blockages brought about by painful emotions. It teaches love and compassion and asks that we carry these qualities out into the world to be shared with others. Leo, emerald green. Now, if you don't have this crystal, another thing that you could do is wear more green. Eat green fruits or green vegetables and really help activate this color, this frequency, and even call in emerald green. When you are doing your meditation, if you can and visualize this crystal right here on your screen. Visualize this in your third eye. Call in the energies of heart healing. So that is what I have for you, Leo. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed today's reading, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And if you are interested in a personal reading, you can find that information in the description box below or by visiting intuitivesoulcoach.com.